Hello and welcome to another episode of Stock Shots. Please remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just giving my opinion based on some things I see, like support and resistance, supply, demand, and of course, some indicators that may be on the screen. So always do your own due diligence. Make sure you educate yourself and always look to the left because we're looking at things that have already happened. Think about what things may do in the future. So this is another episode of Stock Shots. Welcome. All right, welcome back to another episode of Stock Shots. And we're all going to get started with the TSP. And with this, we're going to be talking about what has already occurred. We are now in 2024. Welcome. Happy New Year. Glad to see you coming back. But let's focus on something. We are currently at the same area we were at the beginning of 2022. So I want to change this, make sure you guys can see it. Make sure this is pretty bright. There we go. And let's bring the opacity up. There we go. We are currently at that same level from 2 years ago. So the stock market was on its way up. Everybody loved it in 2021. It was great. We had all this run up. Okay. Then we had a downfall from 2022 all the way through 2020. The beginning of 2023 pretty much, and then from then on we had pretty much a good bull run with only two real pullbacks. So here in this area we had a pullback, and that was in March, and then we had another pullback again, which was current, and that should have been in October. There we go. So those are our pullbacks. We're back to the same high. This is the question we are now being posed with. Is this going to be a rejection area? Are we going to have a repeat of 2022 at this point? Now, statistically, because we're in an election year, the answer should be no. But if you have not looked this up before, look up the first 5 days of January trading. That usually sets the tone for the year. So let's go back real quick and look for January of 2023. Here we go. All right, here would be our two candles. So right here, we're going to be talking about this, January 9th. You got January 3rd here on this candle, and then January 9th on this candle. Those are two bullish candles in the beginning of the year. Currently, we do not have that for the weeklies. All right. Now, we currently have a bearish candle right here. All right. So this bearish candle is letting us know at this point, the year might be a little down. Or, here we go. If we look at all our favorite points of the TSP, that's the bond fund, the international fund, the Dow Jones, and of course, the S&P 500, are we witnessing a pullback? So a pullback is healthy. It lets us know that the stocks will have more room to run up. And if you notice, we do have a trend line and some resistance down here, here, and here. Now, for me, I'm looking for at least half this candle to be filled up to about this area here to say we have a pullback. If it goes any further than that, then I would look for this area right here, that 4,500 area. That will let me know I have a pullback. Most likely stocks are going to go up because I'm looking for a bullish year. That's my sentiment for this year. But let's not just take it based off of the S&P 500 or the C fund. Let's look at the Dow Jones or the S fund. So the S fund is doing essentially the same thing. We have a downtrend that started, okay? And essentially, if we look, we were around this area in 2022 as well. So if we are going to go past this area, it is healthy for us to get a pullback. These pullbacks are necessary. It doesn't look great in your portfolio, but these are necessary because all of this, you have one green, then a red, green, 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 and now you have another red. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of no pullbacks. That's 6 whole weeks, a month and a half of straight up. great momentum. So you have to have some areas where you come back to. So we're looking at about the 1850 range. And if we come back any further, I'll be looking at the range between 1770 and 1730, because it looks like it could be a good area for some orders to be left behind. And of course, we're going to see what happens after this, because in a lot of these, it looks like we have downtrends that have already started. But you have to be wary. Are we looking at a downtrend, or are we looking at a pullback? So take your time.